Right, wrong.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting of the Council for the Town of Petawawa to order for June 1st, 2026. Welcome to members of council, staff, and of course all of our special guests with us here this evening. We'll begin this evening's meeting with the reading of the land acknowledgement, and this evening it's Councillor Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Town of Petawawa land acknowledgement in consultation with the Circle of Turtle Lodge. We acknowledge that the town of Petawawa was incorporated on the traditional, unceded, and unsurrendered Algonquin-Anishinaabe territory in 1865, just 8 years before Reserve number 39 was established at Golden Lake. We recognize Petawawa's long history, which predates the first arrival of the colonists as early as 1613, and its significance to the indigenous peoples who lived and continue to live upon it, and whose spiritual practices are tied to this land. We commit to understanding the profound impact and harm of colonization, honoring indigenous rights, and embracing reconciliation as a core responsibility. We further commit to honoring the reconciliation process by learning about the 7 grandfather teachings of love, respect, bravery, truth, honesty, humility, and wisdom, and applying these lessons to our stewardship of this land. Nicholas.
Thank you. And now I'd ask everybody in attendance here to please rise and join me for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you very much. I need a motion to approve this evening's agenda. Moved by Councillor Roots, seconded by Councillor Donovan, that the agenda for the June 1st, 2026 regular meeting of council be adopted as presented. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interest on any of this evening's matters? Next, I need the approval of the minutes for the council meeting of May 19th, 2026. I need a motion. Moved by Deputy Mayor Sabourin, seconded by Councillor Carmody, that the minutes of the regular meeting of council held May 19th, 2026 be approved as printed and circulated. Any questions, concerns with the minutes? I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Thus ends the formal part. Now we get to the good part. This is always my favorite day of the year as mayor, to honor the outstanding youth that we have here in the town of Petawawa. It always fills me with great optimism for the future, not only of our town. We hope that you come back and settle in our town. If you go away for school, if you go away for any kind of training, it's our hope that you will come back and settle in Petawawa. But should you choose to go and live somewhere else, you have shown great leadership skills and a lot of initiative so far in your life, and you will be the leaders of tomorrow, whether it's the town of Petawawa or another community. So it's always an honor for all of us here at council to have you in here and to celebrate you in front of your family, your friends, and especially in the town of Petawawa. So what we're doing today is honoring outstanding student citizenship awards, and it goes to students who have shown over their high school career a propensity to volunteer. You also spend a lot of time on your schoolwork because you do have good marks as well. You are involved in all kinds of athletics, extracurricular activities, and volunteering. I wonder when you have time to do any of your chores. You're so busy doing other things. And I'm sure a lot of you also have part-time jobs and other responsibilities. Some of you might be fixing up an old Triumph automobile, and that might be filling some of your time. But it always boggles my mind how you manage all of that time so wisely and use it for the good of the community, your family, your friends, and everybody around you. So it's an honor for us to have you here today and congratulate you. And with that, I'm going to turn you over to Tracy Service, who is our MC this evening. she is going to fill us in on all of the accomplishments of each of you. The floor is yours.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to be giving up these awards to all these fine young people. Myself, I'm a retired educator, and Mayor's wife, he's also a retired educator, so this is an exciting night for both of us because we really like students. And this group especially, you're very well accomplished. Now, keep in mind, I'm only reading the words of the people who nominated you for these awards. Some of you I've known, some of you I just met, or most of you I've just met tonight, and I'm very impressed and honored that you could be here with us and accepting these awards. So I'm going to start furthest east at Bishop Smith Catholic High School. And our first award winner tonight is Abigail Gilbert Zapotishny. Is that it right? From Bishop Smith Catholic High School. So Abby is described as a lovely human and a silent leader who does so with grace and kindness and who is always willing to help. She was a leader within her school and beyond. She was a member of the Bishop Smith mission trip in the Dominican Republic, actively fundraising to support families from their sister school. So your school is teamed up with a school in the Dominican Republic? You spent a week in the Dominican Republic with fellow Bishop Smith students, working there on mission. And in our community, Abby has been involved in our soccer and baseball Petawawa minor sports. And she volunteers at several military functions as well. Abby has been doing a co-op placement at Riverview Heights where they love her. It's been a great experience as she's chosen to pursue a career in nursing. And I found out tonight at Nipton University in North Bay, so not too far down the road, Mom. So best of luck, Abby. The people of Riverview Heights say that you are on the right path. Congratulations.
We'll wait for you. Congratulations.
Okay, up next we have Miss Olivia Laird. Olivia from Bishop Smith Catholic High School as well. Olivia is a cooperative, friendly, and dependable student leader from Bishop Smith. She's a member of the Bishop Smith Peer Leadership class and a multi-year member of the Athletic Council, and this year you serve as president. Vice President. Oh, Vice President. Yeah. I just promoted you. You're president. Your sports include softball and curling. Nice. Did you play in Petawawa as well, or just at the school? Yeah. Well, it's not too late. In our community, Olivia is a volunteer scorekeeper. Now, the information I have is for the Petawawa firefighters. What tournament? What sport?
Hockey.
Hockey. Okay, that's what I thought. I was going to put that in the hockey tournament. And you teach Sunday school at St. Timothy's Church. Olivia is completing her specialist high skills major in healthcare, and that will no doubt help prepare you for your chosen career path in dental hygiene, which you're going to study this fall at Canadore in North Bay, Ontario. Also just down the road, you guys probably carpool. Congratulations, Olivia. Equinox Public School. Secondary. École Secondaire Publique Equinox. And there's my thank you. So Holly McRae. Lots of nice things to say about Holly. Holly has participated briefly in the school's theater club, helping with costume design and overall organization. She was also, I don't know if you say competitor or participant in slam poetry. That's pretty cool. And you were part of the school's band as a drummer since grade 9. That's awesome. You received your 5-year pin from the Girl Guides of Canada. And you've been participating in reading and learning with the Petawawa Goju Karate Club. And you have also been a regular volunteer with the Petawawa Public Library. That's great. So Holly is a generous student who excels in her English and arts programs. She has participated in nearly every performance the school has put on, either by playing the drums, helping backstage, or reading her personalized poetry. Holly has shown great commitment to her school and her classmates. She is kind and social with students of all ages in high school, middle school, and even the elementary students she works with before and after school care. Holly remains friendly outside of school as well, and she will initiate small talk if she sees teachers outside of school. Builds meaningful relationships and those who surround her with those who surround her, and is always willing to help and plan and organize an event that's special to any person. Holly is truly a kind-hearted student who puts her all into everything she sets out to do, and is an incredible person to be around in any scenario. And Holly, in the fall, is going to attend Nipissing University to become one of those small-talk English teachers. They'll be small talk with you. You're that kind of, you'll be that kind of a teacher. Good luck. It's an admirable career.
Goodness, of course.
Next at Equinox, we have Michaela Langevin. Michaela's been a busy girl. She's part of the student council. What did you do on the student council?
I was like rep for my 10th grade, and then I'm currently doing promotion for other activities.
Okay, like a cheerleader. And you're on the volleyball team. That's great. You did your co-op in diagnostic imaging at the Pembroke Regional Hospital. That's awesome. And you do a lot of babysitting around Petawawa. And baking and cooking. Those are great hobbies. Michaela is an involved resident of Petawawa who has been part of the community since a very young age. Having seen the town grow and change, she has developed a real sense of responsibility and comfort. Whether she's representing her school students or just helping out people around her, as a key member of student council, she is the one who promotes all the high school activities. She uses creative ways to get the word out so that every student feels seen and heard. Michaela's commitment to helping people really stood out during her co-op in diagnostic imaging at Pembroke Regional Hospital. She learned how to stay professional and calm in a busy hospital, ensuring patients were comfortable and heard, while also seeing how healthcare works. You have been a trusted babysitter in the town of Petawawa, and this has given you a reputation for being someone people can really count on. All your experiences have prepared you for your next big step in life, studying radiology at College L'Oreal in Sudbury. She's really excited to bring a positive attitude and your communication skills into a career as someone who has had experience in the healthcare environment. We wish you all the luck. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get closer if you like.
Yes.
Key.
Make it look taller.
Thank you. Okay, moving down the road, we are now celebrating the students from École Secondaire Catholique Jean Lajoie. And we will begin with Yvonne Kimley. Yvonne has demonstrated exceptional leadership throughout her high school years through her involvement in student council, tutoring, athletics, and major school initiatives. Her strong communication skills and ability to listen made her a trusted representative among her peers. As head of the tutoring committee, she coordinated schedules, recruited peer tutors, and provided direct academic support to students, especially those struggling with low confidence or motivation. Through patience and trust building, she helped younger learners overcome academic anxiety and develop stronger self-belief. As a member of the athletic committee for 2 years and co-captain of communications, she promoted school spirit, supported athletic events, and encouraged student participation. Her reliability, teamwork, and positive attitude made her an invaluable contributor to school life. Yvonne's leadership extends far beyond the school environment with over 300 community hours.
Wow.
For context, you only need 40 to get yours right. Yvonne has been a swim instructor and lifeguard at the Petawawa Aquatic Center, where she teaches children, youth, and military personnel. Many of her students begin with fear or low confidence in the water, and Yvonne creates a safe, encouraging environment that helps them overcome all these challenges. And she is deeply involved in her church community as a Sunday school assistant and volunteer pianist and supply organist, supporting younger children, assisting lesson planning, providing music for services, funerals, and special events. You've also volunteered in our community for different events like cabin fever breakfasts, bake sales, garage sales, and the church spaghetti dinner. You like that one? And Yvonne is a well-rounded student. Her sports, I'm told, are ultimate frisbee, that's a good one, soccer, and badminton. You played ultimate frisbee for 4 years, and you played soccer at both house league and school levels. And you participated in badminton for 3 years, and she studied piano for 11 years, completing your level 10, and earned multiple awards at the Kiwanis Music Festival. Well done. And Yvonne, in September, will be going to Queen's University to study life science and biochemistry. And our second Jean Lajoie student is Olivier Bergeron. Olivier has been actively involved in extracurricular and community activities, including participation in 10 different sports teams. You're a busy guy. So yeah, I'm sure. Olivier served on the athletic committee for 1 year and was a member of the multimedia committee for 3 years. And he spent a year tutoring elementary students and classmates, helping them strengthen their academic skills. Olivier has volunteered at numerous sports events and assisted with fundraising efforts for Petawawa minor hockey and soccer as a referee. He also worked as a soccer referee, helping local associations run games smoothly and ensuring fair play. Olivier has been Olivier has been highly involved in athletics in his community, participating in hockey and soccer while developing strong teamwork and leadership skills. Olivier is respectful, positive, and a supportive individual who values treating coaches, teachers, teammates, opponents, and fellow students with respect in order to help create a positive environment. He is generous with his time and effort and consistently looks for opportunities to help others in school. He is friendly and welcoming and strives to create a fun and inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels included. He is hardworking and always gives his best effort in everything he does. He is also perseverant and supportive, working to encourage others and help create a motivating environment where everyone can succeed. And in September, Olivier is heading to Montreal just to get his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. And is that at Miguel?
Polytechnic.
Polytechnic?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Well done, Olivier, and congratulations.
We have to look over good.
Okay, into Petawawa now. We're celebrating our Valor students. First up, we have Miss Olivia Bernelli. So Olivia at Valor High School, JK to 12 High School, is the school spirit minister. Now that's a new position. They didn't have that when I was there. So you're also kind of like a cheerleader promotions. Captain of the girls rugby team, and you are a multi-year, multi-sport athlete at Valor with numerous athletic awards. Says you were Female Athlete of the Year. Not too shabby. MVP for girls basketball and rugby, and MIP for varsity badminton. Olivia is heavily involved in the Canadian Army Cadet Program. She is Cadet Master Warrant Officer, member of the Flag Party, and Platoon Commander. You were the Assistant Coach for Marksmanship. She is Distinguished Level Marksman with the Cadet Marksmanship Team. Your Top Improved Cadet Award in 2024 and the Citizenship Award in 2025. Well, you can add this to your list. You received a 4-year service medal, and you've taken part in several leadership and training opportunities. The Advanced Leadership Program, the Cadet Correspondent Certification for Public Affairs Training, Fitness and Sports Instructor course, Drill and Ceremonial Instructor course, and you've represented the cadet program at several events in Ottawa, and I watched this one on TV, because you were the flower bearer for the royal family's visit to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and the National War Memorial last year in 2025. That was pretty cool to watch. You recited in Flanders Field at the 2024 Remembrance Day ceremony at the Canadian National Military Cemetery. Recited the commitment to remember at the National War Memorial in 2024 to mark the 10th anniversary of the end of Canada's mission in Afghanistan, and you completed the Leaders in Training program through the Canadian Forces Morale and Welfare Services in Petawawa. Olivia is just wrapping up her Sports Specialist High Skills Major program at Valor. You were a member of the Petawawa Predators rugby team. That's a community team, isn't it? Yes, correct. And a volunteer hockey coach with the Valley Warriors program for children with special needs. Olivia also volunteers at the Petawawa Presbyterian Church for special events as a decorator and food server, and I know that because you serve me pancakes. And this is what the teachers had to say, that you are a well-rounded youth who understands the value of being involved in and giving back to her community. She's excelled academically for her 4 years at Valor and always strives to give her best effort in whatever she does. Olivia is a well-respected athlete by both her teammates and staff, and she's been recognized for her leadership both on and off the field. She understands the value of being involved, so she works to encourage her peers to become involved in a variety of school events through your role as the school spirit minister. Olivia exemplifies all of the qualities that we want to see in our youth, whether it's at school, on the playing field, in cadets, or in the community. She will no doubt be successful in whatever path she chooses to pursue in the future. And Olivia, in September, will be attending the Royal Military College of Canada and join the Canadian Armed Forces as a public affairs officer. Well done and congratulations. And our last Valor student to recognize tonight is Mr. Warren Benke. So Warren has been involved with the Valor High School Student Council for 3 years. So you've been the Student Council Secretary, you were the Student Council President last year, and you're a member of the RCDSB Student Senate as the Valor High School representative. So that's sort of the whole county you're under, right? And you also served as chairholder for this term. You founded the Valor Dungeons and Dragons Club. Kids still play that. Presented the Valor morning announcements daily from 2023 through 2026. And I guess your job's not quite done yet. So you joined the junior firefighter program with the Bonashare Valley Fire Department. And you're a volunteer at the Petawawa Heritage Village. You help with maintenance and repairs of village property. You volunteer in period costumes as a village character. That's gotta be fun. You attend monthly meetings and you help plan events. Now, reading this list, I know you spent a lot of time with Mr. Service because this sounds like him. You participate in cross-country running and Nordic skiing and discus. Reach for the top trivia. I know that. And you're doing your specialist high skills major in transportation. It says Warren has been a leader amongst his peers for his entire 4 years as a student at Valor. In addition to being a well-rounded student who strives to achieve his best, he stepped into leadership roles in school at the beginning of grade 9. The school started its morning by listening to Warren bring us the morning announcements each day for over 3 years, and they saw his leadership qualities as a member of our Students' Council since grade 9. We saw those skills grow over his 3 years on council as he moved from secretary to president, and his leadership extended outside the school as he represented Valor on the Student Senate to ensure the student voice is heard at the district level. Warren understands the value of being involved in and giving back to his community with his time and skills. I know you also volunteer at the church because you have also served me food. Your leadership, your work ethic are apparent, and we know that he has a very bright future ahead of him. And in the fall, Warren plans to pursue an apprenticeship as an industrial millwright. Well done. Thank Congratulations, everybody. Now, there was a lineup at Unwholesome Dairy, but if you guys, let's run. I have to sit down?
Yeah.
After I sit down.
The only time I can give my wife orders. So once again, I just want to say that ceremonies like this fill me with optimism, and I'm sure everybody else here is the same. To hear all of the accomplishments that you've done in the short period of time you've been on this earth, all within our community. It makes us feel hope that as we grow older, need assistance in our lives, that there's going to be a good group of young people coming up to take care of us. Not only to take care of us, but our community as well. Maybe one day we'll see you here around the council table, or as mayor of Petawawa. And yes, I did coach Warren in quite a few things. And Warren is the individual who fixed up his Triumph automobile. But he didn't bring it today. It would have been great to have the parking lot. But it's you've proven to us and to everybody in the community that you're willing to take extra time and volunteer and give back to your community. And I encourage you to continue that throughout your life. It will make wherever you live a better place to live. And we do sincerely hope that that will be Petawawa. So congratulations to all of you. Now, there's one other group of people I'd like to recognize, because none of you would have gotten here without a good support system behind you. And a lot of those support systems are here in the room with you, and there are many that couldn't make it. But your parents, your grandparents, your extended family, your neighbors, and your friends all help to make you who you are and be the person who you are today. So I think it's important that we give them a nice round of applause for all the help and support that they give you over the years. And I'd also like to thank our MC. I'm not sure how she got the job, but I just want everybody to be aware it's a volunteer job. So there's no nepotism involved. But thank you once again, Tracy, for putting all this together and helping us honor the students here in Petawawa.
Last till our anniversary. Thank you very much.
I wasn't gonna make the same mistake I made a few years ago.
Oh, yeah. Got our anniversary wrong.
Where I said that's my anniversary present to you, and I gave the wrong date.
You're still here.
Yeah. Okay, so what we'll do now is take a quick 5-10 minute break, and if there are any families that want to come up and take pictures with anybody, you're most welcome to. One of us will use the camera and do the pictures for you, but you can come right up here in the middle and you can get against the flags there. So for the next 5 or 10 minutes, if you'd like to do that, the floor is wide open. Eight. No. Okay, we're back. We took a little break to have some photos for the Outstanding Student Citizenship Awards. And now we're back to our regular agenda. There are no bylaws. We have a couple pieces of correspondence. First, we have a reinstating compliance with the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. This is a resolution that came from the County of Prince Edward. And it's all about the new Bill 97, Plan to Protect Ontario Act, 2026. It received royal assent on April 24th, 2026. And it has to do with the Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act, as well as the Municipal Freedom of Information and Protection of Privacy Act. And there are a few concerns involved with the fact that they've created a jurisdictional imbalance by excluding records held by provincial ministers, their offices, and staff from the application of FIPA. Well, these statutory responsibilities are maintained and still administrative burdens for municipal elected officials and staff. So what this does is it creates higher standards for transparency and personal record accountability for the municipal governments, but not for the provincial government themselves. So there have been some concerns expressed across the province, and the County of Prince Edward has put forth this resolution and asked other municipalities if they would support the resolution. So with that, I'll open it up for questions or comments from members of council. Councillor Kernan.
Thank you, Mayor Service. I won't support this resolution because I always feel in situations like this, like I'm a pawn in somebody else's game. I don't know the situation really well enough. Like I haven't done a deep dive into this to know the pros and cons on both sides. And so I'm not in a position to really authoritatively support one side or the other. So I'm not going to support this.
Deputy Mayor Savin.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. At first brush, I'm of the belief that what is good for the goose is good for the gander, and that the high standards are there for a reason. However, I too have not done a deep dive, and so I'm not really sure what I would be supporting, and I would like to see this perhaps be tabled to a couple of weeks from now, so that those of us who want to take a look at this in more detail can do so. So that's my opinion. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions or comments? Councillor Coutu.
Thank you, Mr. Service. I would very much like to talk about this, but I think it's a great idea to wait until my fellow councillors have done some research.
Okay, so it sounds like we'd like a little more time to do some investigating, and perhaps, I don't know if this is something we can ask staff to maybe bring back a report to us with a little more detail, and maybe in the end, we will come up with a resolution that looks similar to this, or maybe not exact to it, but maybe something that suits our needs and our municipal opinion, I guess, from the town of Petawawa, as opposed to just copying something that somebody else has said. So is that okay? Okay, so what we'll do is we'll table this, and hopefully 2 weeks from now at our next council meeting, we'll have staff come back with a little more information and perhaps a resolution of our own. Everybody good with that? Okay. Next, we have a letter from Protecting Municipal Public Works Staff and Contractors Resolution. So that was a resolution passed by the Council of the Town of Petawawa last month. And we received a letter as a response from David Piccini, Minister of Labor, Immigration, Training, Skills and Development. And basically the letter just thanked us for our resolution, and there was nothing really of substance. So we'll receive that as information. Next, we have some minutes. First, we have the Petawawa OPP Detachment Board minutes from the meeting April 15th, 2026. I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Carmody, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sabrin, that the minutes of the Petawawa OPP Detachment Board meeting held on April 15th, 2026 be adopted as information. Councillor Carmody.
Thank you, Mayor Service. So a couple of things of note in these minutes. You'll see that we're running PSAs this spring, so you'll see some in May, June, July sort of thing. May, we just ran, you may have heard it on my fan, that's an ad about protecting your private property and things that you can do around your house to make sure that your Toyota vehicle doesn't get ripped out. And I attended a Zone 2 meeting in Prescott. And there was one other thing I wanted to mention about there was a collision at the corner of Doran and Herman. And when I went looking for black cat data on Doran Road, the most recent stuff that we had was from 2022. And I thought, oh, wow, why so old? And as you know, black cat placement is a complaint-driven process, basically. Somebody complains about speed on the road and we put the black cat there. So the fact that it hadn't been there in 4 years was kind of okay, because we have not had a whole lot of complaints about speeding on Doran. And, but we're going to have it on Doran again now, somewhere not far from the new pedestrian crossover, just to make sure that things haven't changed in the last 4 years. But other than that, I would be happy to take any questions that anybody may have on the minutes.
Questions on those minutes? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Next, we have minutes from the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee from the meeting of April 22nd, 2026. I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Coutu, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sabrin, that the minutes of the Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion Advisory Committee meeting held on April 22nd, 2026 be adopted as information. Councillor Coutu.
Thank you, Mayor Service. I've spoken about some of this before, but I just wanted to highlight in particular that the committee came to a final draft of a smudging policy. And the next step here will be to circulate this policy to staff and work with civic properties and the Alberta community to test downtown buildings for suitability for smudging ceremonies. That's the ceremonial burning of medicines. So that's a great step forward to start opening up a lot more of our spaces, those kind of ceremonial use and practice. And also encouraging in this meeting the established working group to review Town of Petawawa human resources policies with an equity, diversity, inclusion lens. And we have since also invited members of Petawawa's Accessibility Advisory Committee to join this working group to combine our efforts in the parts where many things overlap. So if anything I can answer, please let me know.
Questions on the minutes? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Next, we have minutes from the Petawawa Accessibility Advisory Committee meeting of April 23rd, 2026. I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Donovan, seconded by Councillor Driscoll, that the minutes of the Petawawa Accessibility Advisory Committee meeting held on April 23rd, 2026 be adopted as information. Councillor Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have covered a lot of this information. Coming out of our old business was the National Accessibility Week that we launched this past weekend with our flag raising and the combined effort with the Hand Cycling Association, both of Ontario and of Canada. It was a great event. We're all very happy with it. We are continuing with our barrier-free audit. Main program on that right now is looking for an appropriate audit form that would suffice for an outdoor playground and have to determine accessibility on that thing. We will be at Pride this weekend, so our story out as well. You'll see us there. Other than that, if anybody has any questions specifically, I'm happy to answer.
Questions on the minutes? Seeing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Next, we have staff reports. First up is PW-16-2026 award of tender. PW-14-2026 supply and delivery of one tandem plow truck. Chris.
Thank you, Mayor Service. Members of Council, good evening. Staff are requesting that Council approves the award of tender PW-14-2026, the supply and delivery of one 2027 tandem axle plow truck to the lowest bidder, being Freightliner North Bay, in the amount of $412,030 plus HST. So this tender was prepared and advertised on our website and social media pages. 7 firms picked up tender documents, and 1 tender was received on the closing date of May 20th, 2026 at 10 a.m. The bid is shown below. Freightliner North Bay, $412,000, $30.00. I provided a breakdown of the costing. The 2027 Freightliner cab and chassis is $213,140. And then the Gincor installed Viking plow system is $198,890. The new truck will be used year-round for all manner of maintenance, including winter control, applying sand and salt to our roads during the winter season, hauling for snow removal operations, and then of course for all our summer maintenance activities as well. This new truck will replace an existing unit that's a 2011 plow truck that's reached the end of its life. And as far as the financial implication, the 2026 budget approved $424,000 for the purchase of a new plow truck, and the 2011 unit will be sold as surplus once the new truck is received and incorporated into the fleet. Happy to take questions.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Questions on the staff report? Councillor Donovan.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Through you, Chris. I'm just wondering when we would see the truck.
Excellent question. We are expecting it before December 15th, for the end of the year.
Just in time for the first snowfall, December 15th.
Perfect time.
I just have a quick question for you. 7 firms picked up the tender documents, but we only received 1 bid. Is there a reason why other companies don't want you to sell their plow truck?
It's more the cab and chassis. There's just a shortage of firms being able to secure the cab and chassis. So I think we were pretty lucky. We worked with Freightliner before on the last plow truck that we purchased. As well, we've had ongoing relations with Gincor. They're based in Petawawa, so an Ontario-based manufacturing company. As well, the computerized spreader system in the truck is by a company called Trackmatics, and they're also Ontario-based. So we're really pleased with the makeup of who's building the truck for us. And we've worked with all these people before, so although there was only 1 bid, we're pretty happy with the 1 bid we received.
Well, that's good to hear. And the plow truck that will become surplus then, and we're going to sell, I know there's a local entity that sometimes asks for our surplus snowplows. Is that an option, or is this just going to go out to America?
That could be an option. Yes, I think I might know what that local entity is. Yes, we can certainly discuss that.
Okay, any further questions? Then I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Kennedy, seconded by Councillor Roots. The council approves the award of tender PW-14-2026, supply and delivery of 1 2027 tandem axle plow truck to the lowest bidder being Freightliner North Bay in the amount of $412,030 plus HST. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Does that mean with a new plow truck that we can begin our plow truck naming contest?
Yes. That's on their community initiatives list for this year. Maybe paint the plow.
Right on. Paint the plow and name the plow?
Sure.
Okay. You heard it here, folks. Okay, let's go to councillor reports. Deputy Mayor Simon.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm going to use my trusty calendar to get myself to the month of May. So on the 5th of May, I chaired our tech meeting at Snowbird at the Riverview Apartments, just beside Silver Treads, and I also attended Red Dress Day and walked up and down the boulevard with a number of other community-minded people. On the 6th of May, I chaired the Seniors Advisory Committee meeting and then went to McHappy Day, where I had a happy good time. Lots of positivity from the community coming out to support this most important day, and a really great staff team. So it was a really fun time. On on the 13th, I had the pleasure of representing yourself, Mr. Mayor, at the grand opening of Dante's Delicatessen, and then I had a subsequent meeting with a member of one of the committees of Seniors Advisory Committee to discuss the National Seniors Day. Followed by that, I also met with staff to discuss the Senior Advisory Committee terms of reference and goals and objectives on the 19th. I attended the Police Services Detachment Board meeting on the 20th and participated in a number of meetings with respect to hiring of the CEO of Petawawa Public Library. I had the privilege of attending the town luncheon on the 22nd of May, and it was a really casual event, and it was really nice to see so many of the employees out just enjoying each other's company, some friendly competition on some of the games that were there. I just watched and enjoyed their camaraderie. On the 24th, I had a meeting with a potential keynote speaker for our National Seniors Day on October the 1st. On the 25th, I chaired a library board meeting. On the 27th, I attended an Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Committee meeting. And on Saturday the 30th, I was at the Accessibility Advisory flag raising, as well as got a chance to meet the hand cycling athletes, and in the afternoon go to their warm-up and mini training event as they prepared for their race on the Sunday. I'd like to thank all the residents in the Portage Terrace area who kept off the roads and allowed these athletes to show their stuff. And I'm telling you, these are hard-working people who have tremendous upper body strength, and it was really something to watch. That was a real thrill for me to be there. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Councillor Carmody.
Thank you, Mayor Service. This past Saturday, May 30th, I attended an accessibility event at the container market and had an opportunity to meet several of the cyclists. May 22nd, I attended an OPP governance summit in East Region headquarters in Smith Falls. Had an opportunity to meet with several other board chairs from across the Eastern region. And on May 20th, I chaired an OPP detachment board meeting. And on May 13th, I attended the opening of Dante's Alley as well. And on May 6th, I worked at Mechanics.
Thank you. Councillor Kuchu.
Thank you, Mayor Service. On May 22nd, I attended the town staff barbecue, which was an amazing event. Great to spend time with staff that way. And on May 25th, I attended a library board meeting. On May 27th, I chaired a meeting of the Equity, Diversity and Inclusion Advisory Committee. And on May 30th, I attended the National Accessibility Week event at the Container Market. Huge kudos to that dynamic committee. It was great to see all the athletes and all of the town being able to come out and see and be exposed to this incredible sport and incredible athletes. It was really cool to see also, I don't know if I mentioned this, but the mayor and Councillor John go head to head. So I was really impressed by both of them. They are braver than I. And I also attended the Petawawa Food Expo, which was a tremendous event and a great place to see some of my very favorite creators of food. And I met that from that kitchen, which is a real highlight. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Driscoll.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Last week, I actually had my first forte to Petawawa minor ball, taking my son to his first t-ball game, and I want to say thank you to all the volunteers that put that on. It is definitely a thankless job organizing that many kids on the ball diamond. It's absolutely insane. And then this past weekend, I also attended the food festival. Very good. I had to go back 3 times for the empadas because they are delicious. So anytime they're there, I was just kidding. Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Dunn.
And thank you, Mr. Mayor. On the 20th of May, I had a senior advisory committee meeting. On the 22nd of May, I as well attended the staff council employee luncheon that was held at the Civic Center. It was very good. Also that day, I wandered into the youth market for the young entrepreneurs from the schools. That was held at the Container Market. What do you buy for one? Yeah, right from the mall. So, anybody's looking for anything, check with me first, I know. On the 26th of May, we had a Petawawa Accessibility Advisory Committee meeting. I can stand it, just takes concentration. Getting ready for our event this coming weekend, and then for the past weekend, and then our plans for the summertime. As well, on the 29th, I went and saw the Hill Challenge for the Canadian Hand Cycling and the Ontario Hand Cycling Association. So it was a long, steady climb that they had to make. So it was quite a challenge. It was really impressive to see the amount of effort and their dedication to their sports. They were all a lot of fun. There were a lot of laughs being had. On the 30th of May, we did have our Accessibility Advisory Committee event. With flag raising, as was mentioned, the athletes that were with the Hand Cycling Associations were all there. We did have that impromptu race between myself and the mayor. Certainly didn't want to embarrass them at all, so that's why he had that 3-inch lead at the end. So as well, I checked out the mark that day, was very good. And then the cricket event that was held at Criterium, where the athletes warm up for half an hour and then do 3 laps as quick as they possibly can. So it was really impressive to see, the community they were in, the Terrace subdivision where we were driving around, was very receptive. Everybody was cheering from their driveways. So it was a really good event to see in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Roots.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. On May 22nd, I attended also the Staff Association barbecue lunch at the Civic Center. May 28th, I attended the Ottawa Valley Waste Recovery meeting. Topics of interest at this meeting were budgets and finance, tonnage reports, biosolids and environmental reports, organics feasibility study, and a conversation about new exterior hydro lighting for the property out there. So that's another project on their agenda up there. On the weekend, also attended the Food Expo, very well attended. And then today, thank you to Chris Mantha, I was able to invite the Ottawa Valley Waste Recovery Center board for people to come up and take a look at the our wastewater plant and had a nice tour and talk about some maybe possible future opportunities. But it's always nice to bring people up and show people our assets and how everything works and our dynamic staff down there as well. So thank you to Chris Mantha for putting this all together. Really do appreciate that.
Thank you. On May the 20th, the CAO and I had a meeting with the Renfrew County District School Board, and we brought along with us Canadian Forces Housing Agency representatives, as well as community services representatives from Renfrew County. And the focus of the meeting was to let the school board know about all of the upcoming development, whether it's private developers or the federal government putting 1,100 RHUs into the town, and how that might affect the school board, and them redrawing or keeping the boundaries the same, depending on where all these houses are going. So it was great for them to hear about where all the development is going and how this might affect the enrollment in their schools, because they're often asking for money from the provincial government to expand schools and get rid of portables. And also talk about the pressures that this may cause in terms of childcare. So it was good to have the school board there and the Renfrew County Community Services there, as well as the CFHA. There were a lot of interesting options discussed in terms of how we can work together to provide more daycare spaces in the town of Petawawa. Thanks, Deputy Mayor Savin, for representing me on May 22nd at Staff Barbecue. I was in Kingston at the Eastern Ontario Track and Field Championships. I'm still coaching at Valor for the throwing program. On May 26th, the CAO and I met with the Renfrew County Catholic District School Board. And again, it was the same information that we had delivered to the public school board in terms of all of the development that's happening, where it's happening, and how that might affect the Catholic schools here in our town of Petawawa. On the 27th, there was a county council meeting, and I'll speak about that in a second. On the 29th, I was in Brockville for the East Regional Track and Field, and I did have one of my athletes advance to the All-Ontario OPSA. Liam Hardy is the 3rd ranked thrower right now in Ontario for the discus for grade 9 boys. So good luck to him next Saturday. On the 30th, there was the National Accessibility event at the Container Market. Thanks to Councillor Donovan and her committee for putting on a great show. And yeah, it was great to have all of the para hand cycling athletes, Team Quebec, Team Ontario, and there's one member of Team Canada, as well as all of their coaches and support staff. And I won't repeat what everybody said, but it is amazing to see the amount of work that they put in, the amount of dedication they have. It's inspiring to watch how hard they work and what they're able to accomplish. Yeah, on Saturday they had a criterium, so it was like a sprint race around the Portage Landing subdivision. And yeah, so thanks to the residents there, and especially to the two young fellows that were the loudest cheering department. They were singing "You Are the Champions" by Queen as the riders drove by. Also that day I attended the food festival, thanks to the organizers of that great event. I hope that it returns. Although there was a few too many baking displays there. I may have had a butter tart and a brownie for lunch instead of anything home. And on the Sunday, the para hand cycling teams had their time trial. It was a 20K race through the roads of the town of Petawawa. Thanks to the Public Works Department for sending volunteers, closing off roads and everything, delivering accessible bathrooms and everything that they contributed to help that event come off. The people that were involved, the athletes, coaches, and the staff were just amazed at the help and support they got from the town of Petawawa and the staff. It's a good sign. They had a great time here. They loved the town, loved all the support we gave them, and I think they're planning on coming back every year. It just seems to get larger and larger each year. At the county this month, some of the big highlights, there was a groundbreaking ceremony for the new Whitewater paramedic base. It'll be similar to the one that was built here in Petawawa, and it'll be out just on the outskirts of Compton, and it'll help alleviate the fact we often see ambulances parked on the side of the highway, sort of on standby. Well, now they will have a dedicated ambulance station, and that you won't see as many ambulances stationed on the side of the highway. It'll just mean better coverage for all of the residents all across Renfrew County. I was proud to nominate Peter Emo for the board of directors for AMO as a rural caucus member. I hope he's successful. We had presentations from the Lanark Renfrew Immigration Support Service group talking about all of the supports they're providing to immigrants here in Renfrew County and the fact that our immigrant population is growing quite large. So it's good to have that committee and all the supports that they provide. The Community Services Department presented their Renfrew County Housing Vision Forward, they call it. So this is a 5 to 10 year vision of what they would like to see in terms of social housing in Renfrew County. And it was really well done. A lot of hard work went into it. And I would say that everybody was very favorable, very positive about the direction that it's taking. I'll give you one example. There's 24 social housing units on Nelson Street in behind the Metro grocery store. About half of them right now are not populated, just because the state they are in they're unlivable. So right now, a lot of them are empty, and eventually they will all become empty. Those will be sold, all 24 units, and the plan is to take the funds raised from the selling of those and build 24 new units. Maybe all in Pembroke, maybe someone will look elsewhere. But the important thing to understand is that anybody who's presently in those homes will have somewhere to live as those new units are built. The county released their draft forest management plan for 2027 to 2036. They plan on harvesting 1,716 hectares, and the hope is to earn $2.3 million in revenue from the harvesting of the wood and county forest. We met Larissa Koulis, who is the new Renfrew County climate intern, and she's been really busy over there coming up with ideas to make Renfrew County, the building, staff, vehicles, everything more climate friendly. A lot of talk about the development of a Class 3 industrial park down by the old magnesium mine in Haley Station, near the present Magellan. There is an old magnesium mine there as well that they hope to get reopened and up and running again. But near there's some land that they want to get developed into a Class 3 industrial park. There's not a lot of Class 3 industrial land in Renfrew County, and the hope is that if the county can help develop this, it will attract big industry to the county. There's a new Renfrew County GIS mapping hub online, which the public has access to as well, but it's great for all the municipal staffs in the county. And RCVTAC signed a new lease with Carefor for the CAC Center. So the future looks good for that community assessment center at the Carefor Center in Pembroke. A couple other things, the D6 hydro line that is coming from Swisha. The present line goes through the active area, firing area of the Garrison Petawawa. It is scheduled to start construction now. They got the go-ahead later this year and into 2027. It will now come down right along Highway 17 and cross the Petawawa River right at the bridge and go over Rance Road and then eventually connect up to the main line at Black Bay. So there'll be a big portion of vacant land where the old line used to be. Some of it is along Murphy Road, and there's a big portion of it out in the active area. We also received a letter from NPP Deneau. So at the county meeting last Wednesday, we had a little talk about Highway 17 and about some of the disappointing statistics and dates that were learned about the fact that the timeline was not as tight as we thought it was going to be. So the warden actually phoned MPP Deneau on that day, and he provided a letter with his response. So I'll just give you a little tidbits of this. In the letter it says, the ministry noted that the phasing plan and timelines in the RFP are intended to help service providers prepare their bids. The plan shows contract delivery dates starting in 2028, with a final contract identified for delivery in 2032, and the assignment concluding in 2034, which does not make anybody feel any better, because we were hoping to see some of the construction start on Highway 17. We did learn, however, that on April 20th, 2026, the Minister of Transport, Pradmeet Sakaria, wrote a letter to the Federal Minister of Transport, Stephen McKinnon, asking for federal support to accelerate the widening of Highway 17 as a national corridor. So they are actively trying to get the federal government to come on board and help financially with the twinning of that highway. This is a very important announcement. We're going to put it up on our social media as well. But on June 18th, 2026, at the Murray Yantha Community Center in McNabb Braeside, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., there's going to be a public information meeting held about Highway 17 and the twinning of Highway 17 in Renfrew County. There will be some ministry staff there, as well as some MTO staff from the eastern region, which is based in Kingston. So I encourage everybody, all of our residents, if you have the opportunity to go down there, to make your voices heard and let the province know how important you feel that the twinning of Highway 17 is to Renfrew County, especially up here in our area in Petawawa. It'd be great if all 17 municipalities in Renfrew County could pack that place and let them know how important it is to us that that highway is twinning. And just a big congratulations to Anthony and Helen Masters, two new Canadian citizens here in Petawawa. They moved here a few years ago from the United Kingdom, and they just received their Canadian citizenship last month. So congratulations to them. Two new Canadian citizens here in the town of Petawawa. Okay, I need a motion now to go into close. Moved by Councillor Donovan, seconded by Councillor Carmody, that the meeting be closed pursuant to section 239, paragraph 2, paragraph F of the Municipal Act 2001, S.O.2001, C.25 as amended, to receive advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose, to discuss tender PW 12-2026 for the supply and delivery of LED sport field lighting, and that the meeting be closed pursuant to section 239, paragraph 2, paragraph C of the Municipal Act 2001, S.O.2001, C.25 as amended, to discuss a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality or local board regarding a potential disposal of surplus land by the town of Petawawa. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried. Yeah. Okay, welcome back. We emerged from a closed session, and there was some business arising from that closed session. Direction was given to the Chief Administrative Officer. Council voted on the following, will now vote on the following motion in open session. So the motion is the council approves the award of tender PW-12-2026, supply and delivery of LED sport field lighting to the lowest bidder being Petawawa Electric Limited in the amount of $110,580.99 plus HST. I need a motion. Moved by Councillor Coutu, second by Councillor Donovan. Do I read the whole thing? I will not read it all. I will call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? It's carried. Now I need a motion for the confirming bylaw. Moved by Councillor Carmody, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sabrin. The bylaw 1837/26 be read a first, second, and third time and passed. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried.
Corporation of the Town of Petawawa, bylaw 1837/26, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council as meeting held on June 1st, 2026. Be read the first, second, and third time and passed. This constitutes first, second, and third reading short of bylaw 1837/26, this first day of June 2026.
I need a motion to adjourn. Moved by Councillor Roots, seconded by Councillor Coutu, that the meeting adjourns at the call of the mayor. I'll call for the vote. All in favor? It's carried.